All right, students, let's review how to cross-simplify. Other people call it cross-cancellation when multiplying or dividing fractions. So why did I include dividing? Because we know that dividing is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So let's start. When we simplify fractions, for example, 2/4, we know that we need to find a number or a common factor that we can divide into 2 and 4 evenly. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So this 1/2 and this 2/4, these two are equal. As you can see in the drawing, 2/4 means you got 2 parts out of a total of 4, and 1/2 means you get 1 part out of a total of 2. Now, did the values change? I mean, the shaded area changed? No, the area is still the same. So equivalent fractions, you're not changing the value. The size of your fraction is still the same. So let's start with the first problem. For number 1, we have 2/3 times 3/8. So when you cross simplify, think about the numerator and its opposite denominator. So what factor can you divide evenly into 2 and 8? Meaning, what number can divide into 2 and at the same time can also be divided into 8 evenly? And we know it's going to be 2. So 2 divided by 2 and 8 divided by 2. So once we know that, let's simplify. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now, let's try the second set. The green. So your numerator and its opposite denominator. Now, what number can go into 3 and 3? Obviously, it's 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now that we simplified the fractions by cross-simplifying, we can multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 4 is 4, and you are done. So it's very important that you know your multiplication facts as well. So please study. Now let's move on to number 2. All right, let's try number 2. So for the second problem, we will have 7/10 times 4/21. Now you can try this on your own, pause the video, and then afterwards you can play it. Again, let's think about a common factor of its numerator, 7, and its opposite denominator, 21. So what number can you can you divide into 7 and 21 evenly? And we know it's going to be 7. So 21 divided by 7 and 7 divided by 7. So what is 7 divided by 7? That gives us 1. What is 21 divided by 7? That gives us a 3. Now, let's try the other numerator and its opposite denominator. So what number can you divide evenly into 4 and 10? And yes, it's going to be 2. So we divide by 2, and 10 divided by 2. Now, I'm showing you what I'm dividing so you won't get confused. Now, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now we can multiply straight across. 1 times 2 is 2, and 5 times 3 is 15. And you are done. See how easy that is? Now, I'm not going to show you what I'm going to divide next, so you'll see how fast doing this strategy is. Next one is 25/33 divided by 5/11. Now remember, when we divide fractions in 6th grade, we know that it's the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. You're used to keep, change, flip. It works because dividing is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So that means the number 25/33 is being multiplied by its reciprocal. That means you flip the number 11/5. Now, let's reduce. What number can you evenly divide into 25 and 5? And you know it's 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. See how easy that is? Now, the other one, I forgot to highlight that. So this is going to be the green one. And then this should be the yellow one. There you go. So what number can you evenly divide into 11 and 33? And we know it is 11. Oh, I told you I'm not going to show it, but anyway. So 32 divided by 11 is 3, and 11 divided by 11 is 1. So 5 times 1 is 5, and 3 times 1 is 3. So we are done. This is the simplest answer. So 5 over 3 changed to a mixed number. That's going to be 1 and 2/3. Because how many 3 can fit into 5? Or how many times 3 go into 5? 1 time. And 2 is the remainder, so 2/3. And we are done for number 3. Now, let's try the last number, number 4. So what if we have 14 over 45 times 2 and 1/7? You can try this on your own. Pause the video. Afterwards, you can click play. We need to change the mixed number into a improper fraction. So 2 times 7, that's going to be 14. Add 1, that gives you 15 over 7. And copy the rest of the factors. There you go. Now, think. The numerator and opposite denominator. What number can we evenly divide into 14 and 7? And we know it is 7, because 14 divided by 7 is 2. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Now let's try the other one. What number can go into or can divide into 15 and 45 evenly? And you're going to say 5, which is okay. 5 is the common factor of 15 and 45. But we need to find the greatest common factor, and which is 15. Now, can you use 5? Definitely. But the thing is, if you use 5, you still need to reduce it. Now, 15 divided by 15 is 1. 45 divided by 15 is 3. Now we can multiply straight across. 2 times 1 is 2, and 3 times 1 is 3. And you are done.